Guys, welcome back to Draw Along Doodles with Walker. So, this is part of the school edition. We're making all those school supplies that we use a lot of times in the art room. So, the next thing we're going to make is a pair of scissors. Now, I am going to go long across the paper. If you were drawing this way, then obviously you'd go tall. In fact, that may be what I want to do. All right. So, we're going to make the blades first because they need to cross in a certain way. So, what I'm going to do is come and make a line like I'm making an X across the paper. Then I'm going to make a parallel line to that line that's also coming up across the paper. All right. Now, down towards this end, I'm going to gently curve the tip of that. All right. I'll make a really thin line right here. This is going to be the part that's beveled, that has that sharpness that shears things. All right. Now, at this end, we'll say this is the middle where they're crossing. So usually there's a little bit more blade, and then there is the place where you put your hands. So we're going to come right here, and we're going to make a big oval. Remember, you're thinking about the size of the oval in comparison to the size that you've made your scissor blades. If you made them shorter, then probably the oval is going to be a little bit smaller. So there's the big oval. Kind of looks like an egg upside down. Now I'm going to come inside it and do a second smaller oval to show the part that is cut out. All right, so there's the start of my scissors. And I'm just going to erase in those little spots so I know where to Sharpie and I don't confuse myself. All right, so here's what I have right now. The next key is I need the crossing blades. In order to make it where I don't accidentally end up with misaligned blades, I like to give myself a baseline. So up. And then I'm going to do my shears that are kind of angled. So that's going to be the middle line for the other blade. So I'll draw a width on either side of that. About the same width as the other blade. Okay. And then it's going to curve up like this did. Well, not curve, angle. All right. This is going to come and angle down into a point. Whoop. I may have to start angling that down a little bit sooner. There we go. And I will show the bevel of where it's sharpened so that it can shear across. And I'm going to let this bent blade go in front. So there is my blade. And then up here, I've gotten that extension past the fulcrum, past that pivot point, and I'm going to make the plastic handle. So I'm going to come across it. I'm going to go up and around, kind of like a balloon shape. Because remember, this is just for the thumb. It doesn't fit other fingers. All right. So here's the balloon shape I have right now. There's this weird thing in scissor design where there's a slight curve almost out like a pair of horns. And so we want to include that. We're going to come up, out, and in. And then we go the opposite way. Out and down. All right, now we need the interior spot for your fingers. All right, and you have a pair of scissors, bud. All right, now when we go into Sharpie, remember we always Sharpie the things we think we might accidentally go over first. So I'll Sharpie these because they're on top of the front blade. And I know that it would be very easy for me to accidentally go through them. Then I'll Sharpie my top blade. And I'll get the screw right there. Then I'm going to Sharpie my bottom blade. There we go. And the inside. Very good. All right. Now we're going to come in and we're going to make a couple of like indentations to help show the overall molding of those scissor handles. And then we're also going to add in our lines for the bevel of the blade. So here I go with my thin Sharpie. I'm just keeping a real close line to that edge of the blade. I'm going to do the same thing here. Really close line to the edge of the blade. Okay, now to get the bevel of my scissors, I'm going to show right here. It has a little indentation, and then it has a little indentation right there to try to help get some of the three-dimensional aspects of that in your piece. Because you may or may not be shading so that they round, and this at least gives people the idea that they round. All right, so you are ready to erase and add color. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.